A human sense of hearing is remarkable, but 1 in 10 people suffer from hearing loss.
A couple of years ago, I noticed I had to turn up the volume on the TV louder and louder.
I was asking a lot of people to repeat a lot of things, and I was answering a lot of questions that weren't even asked. So my hearing loss came about slowly, and it wasn't a big deal for me, but it really was a big deal because I was missing a lot.
The human ear is fascinating. It's able to distinguish between 7,000 different pitches and enables the brain to locate sound sources. However, over 36 million people experience hearing loss. Of those people, 80% of them suffer from what is known as sensory neural hearing loss, caused by dysfunctions in the cochlea. There are fine hair cells responsible for sound transmission. The 3 rows of outer hair cells react to soft sounds and sharpen the differences between similar sound frequencies. The inner hair cells react to loud sounds. Together, they result in a smooth perception of the full sound range and a good separation of similar sounds. These fine hair cells can be damaged, for example, by injuries, illnesses, noise exposure, or regular wear and tear. In the affected areas, the nerve cells are no longer stimulated effectively, resulting in not enough or distorted impulses being transmitted to the brain for processing. Typically, it's the high frequencies that are affected first, as the respective hair cells are located at the entry of the cochlea, where every sound wave passes by. This usually leads to difficulty in hearing and understanding soft, high-pitched sounds, such as s or th, which in normal hearing help us to distinguish between words like pass and path. Hearing loss is a process that normally develops over many years, and no 2 cases are the same. However, modern hearing instruments can compensate for most hearing losses with intelligent technology.
Well, it made me feel like I need to do something about this, because sometimes when you're giving inappropriate answers, people will think, well, she's not very intelligent. She can't even answer a simple question. And it was beneficial for me, and it was beneficial for the people that were around me, because I could hear and understand and respond to what they were saying.
When I couldn't hear like I should, I was missing particularly what my grandkids were trying to tell me. So I was missing out on some very important stuff from some very important people.
If you're having trouble hearing, you're certainly not alone. Nearly 36 million Americans develop some form of hearing loss. It's often the result of normal daily living, like listening to loud music or working in an environment with loud machinery. Age and heredity can be major contributors as well. There are many obvious effects of hearing loss. You're missing out on music, children's laughter, movie dialogue, and the voices of the people you love. It's very common for people in the early stages of hearing loss to begin avoiding situations where they can't hear, restaurants, parties, and family events. But that's not all. There are many side effects you may not notice at first. Left untreated, hearing loss can have a very negative impact on your overall quality of life. This often leads to loneliness and even, in some cases, profound social isolation. Studies have also found that people with untreated hearing loss earn significantly less than people with normal hearing or those who treat their hearing loss. And the difference can be as much as $30,000 in annual income. Hearing loss may also be connected to other health conditions such as cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's, dementia, diabetes, chronic kidney disease, falling, and depression. Did you know that people with a hearing loss lose their thinking and memory skills 30 to 40% faster than those with normal hearing? That's why it's so important to have your hearing checked annually. There are many consequences when you let your hearing loss go untreated. But the good news is, today there's an effective technology solution available to you.
My husband was also having difficulty hearing. So we decided we would make it a family field trip. And we went to Miracle Ear. We had our hearing tested, and she told me I had a very severe hearing loss in my right ear. And when she gave me the vocabulary portion of the test, I missed over half the words. So it was at that point, it was a no-brainer. Get hearing instruments. So that's what we did.
Once you accept the fact that buying a hearing aid is not the end of everything, it's the beginning. It's a never-ending process because your hearing doesn't stay stagnant. Particularly when you're approaching 80 years old, things change. So you've got to go back and keep the thing working right in order to make it work the way you want it to work. So I have an ongoing relationship with Miracle Ear, and it's been very positive.
With over 1,200 locations nationwide and more than 65 years of experience, Miracle Ear is America's most recognized hearing aid brand. In addition to our 3-year limited warranty and free lifetime aftercare, we guarantee 100% satisfaction for all our customers. We promise you'll like what you hear.
Coming into Miracle Ear for some people can be a challenge. Hearing loss is a health condition that a lot of people have continually not addressed in their life and have sort of pushed it into the background until they've gotten to a point where it needs to be addressed. When we start off as kids, we get our vision and our hearing checked in school. And then we all graduate from high school and we don't have that reliable source of checking those senses in place. But we still go get our eyes checked, we still go get our teeth cleaned, but you need to remember to also get your hearing checked. We do tend to think of, when we think of hearing loss, of senior citizens. That's not the case. People at any age can experience a hearing loss. Here at Miracle Ear, our goal is to get an understanding of what your hearing potential is, help you achieve your full hearing potential, and improve your quality of life. You will never be treated just as a customer, and you will never be seen in the clinic with just a provider. You are being seen by an expert, a licensed and trained expert in the field.
Your experience at Miracle Ear is one of a kind. When you come in for your appointment, you will need to fill out some paperwork and complete an interview with a hearing consultant.
After the interview, the first thing we do is we use a little camera that we put in your ear canal so that we can get a good clear view of the eardrum and see if there's any wax or anything in there that would keep us from doing a good test. After we get a good look at the health of the ear canal and the eardrum, then we'll move into our sound room where you'll be real comfortable sitting in a chair. We'll do a number of tests. Some of those tests include me playing some beeps and you just pushing a button whenever you hear those beeps. After we do the interview and we do the testing, we'll be taking all of that information and looking to see if you are a candidate for a hearing solution. And if you are, we'll be using all that information to determine what's the best solution for your unique hearing needs.
What I noticed about my evaluation at Miracle Ear was everything was explained to me before it was done. This is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it, and this is how we're going to do it. And I was always asked, do you have any questions? Do you need me to repeat anything? It was great.
The instructions are clear and you won't wonder how it's going to work, and it's not invasive and it scares you to have to do it because you don't want to. Once I decided I wasn't invincible, the small parts of me that I have to have fixed by somebody else is okay. I can live with that, but don't delay it. And I'm kind of stubborn and I did delay too long. If you get on top of it early, it's a lot easier and you have a longer period of more comfortable time.
As a Miracle Ear customer, we offer you a lifetime partnership, and your satisfaction is our top priority. We perform regular checkups of your hearing aids free of charge, which are crucial to the proper functioning of your hearing aids. A Miracle Ear checkup includes a test of all hearing aid components for proper functioning, a thorough cleaning of each hearing aid, a check for proper fit of your hearing aids, a review of your wearing schedule and listening experience, an ear inspection to check for earwax buildup, the installation of a fresh battery in each hearing aid, and any adjustments you may need to ensure you're receiving the maximum benefit.
I think something that is really important for our customers to know is that you're really important to us. We're not here servicing customers, we're here servicing patients, and we develop personal relationships with our patients. On average, when somebody purchases a set of hearing instruments, we're going to see you 25 times over the next 5 years. We're going to get to know each other. And so I'm really wanting my patients to understand you are important to me. The most fulfilling part of what I do is fitting someone with a pair of hearing aids and giving them back the ability to connect with their friends and family.
My grandkids no longer have to shout at me to get my attention. My wife doesn't shout at me. I've said many times I can now hear those sweet things she's whispering in my ear that I suspect she's been whispering for a long time and I've been ignoring.
It's the service, it's the caring, it's the interest in the individuals. I think that's what's important. I have to say, life is better now. You don't realize what a valuable gift hearing is. It improves your life in ways that you really can't explain in words. I know that now I would be lost without them.
Purchasing a hearing aid is not a decision to be made lightly, so it's assuring to know that with Miracle-Ear, you're working with the hearing aid brand America trusts. At Miracle-Ear, we are here to help you and others get back the sounds of life.